Let's set our kids up for confidence this school year. Let's train their minds by edifying and encourage them by giving them confidence every day, in the morning, in the evening, before they go to bed, reminding them of how much they're loved by us and the Father. Let's encourage them to give them vision to be overcomers every single school day with encouragement that looks like, what is Jesus doing in your classroom? How can you serve in your classroom? Maybe you can be a friend to someone who doesn't have any friends. Maybe you can grow in your faith, in your academics. Maybe last year you were kind of struggling with math, but what if God did a work in your life this year and you can solve great problems in math? Maybe you'll get a chance to be valiant and overcome something, an obstacle in your life, or help someone else even better to overcome one of theirs. When we train our kids' minds to think like that of an overcomer repeatedly, we are training them to be little Davids. That's what we're doing, as opposed to fear-based consequence training. Have you ever been around anybody with their kids or a classroom that every single day the person in authority over the children keeps telling them of all the things that they can't do or they're going to get in trouble? When they drill that into their mind over and over again, it breeds fear to do anything. And that raises complacent Christians that are too afraid to do anything. Now, I'm not saying that there can't be order. There needs to be order. But when they have eyes to be fixed on how they can be victorious and help others to be victorious as well, that's raising good leaders. That's raising little Davids. What if we encouraged our kids in prayer huddle times, whether it be it with the family or at school, to testify, to look and see, what did Jesus do in your life today? What did he do? And that way we're training them to look for the goodness of God, as opposed to these prayers like, and maybe you've been around some, that maybe their vision is small because they're praying like, well, I'm praying for my dog's toe. It got stumped in the door. Or I'm praying Susie's hair, or my hair keeps getting pulled and I'm just getting bullied and I'm just afraid and I'm shrinking back and shrinking back. But when they testify about their prayers that got answered and what Jesus did, that's training them to be an overcomer and victorious. When they're coming to school or coming to you and saying, remember when we prayed for my mama's finger that was broken? Well, it's healed now. And now she was able to sew me something on my backpack. Or remember when we were praying for my daddy to get a new job and he got one and it's wonderful. And I'm not worried anymore, because a lot of times we see kids with prayers of worried mostly about their parents, but a lot of times they're praying for other people because they're not selfish. So let's train our little Davids to be victorious. This is going to be an epic school year. Let's use this mouth like a tool to encourage and sharpen them to be an overcomer, encourage them with boldness and confidence. They can do all these things, and to look for Jesus. If they keep their eyes on Jesus and we train them from the get-go on how to look for Jesus, they're going to always be looking on the positive, joyful side of life instead of shrinking back. Let's teach them to be bold. Be blessed.